crypto wallet. That bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this, it's not financial advice, but I'm always right. I'm always right.
What is going on, believers? I hope everybody's having a good night. My name is Bleaves. Welcome to Bedtime with Bleaves, where we're checking out all kinds of stuff in this market right now. The one thing that I can say is that the last 8 hours, 12 hours since our last update and our one right before that have not been very kind on Ethereum, because there has been absolutely, and I think I'm looking at 1 hour. Yeah, I'm looking at 1 hour right now. There's been absolutely no positive sort of upward momentum for either Bitcoin or Ethereum. They're basically, we got a buy signal. Let me rephrase that. We had a buy signal in the afternoon on Bitcoin, ran up to 20,400. Started to look like there was a rally happening. And then from that point on, the Asian market and the Australian markets woke up and sucked the wind right out of it. And that was the end of that. So we've got, and we don't have capitulation, which is the worst part. This is the difficult part of this market right now. We don't have any sort of capitulation happening. We just have a bad market that's not doing very much. So we have ETH at 1,089, down from its high, by the way. I think it was 1270 something. No, 1238. From 1238 just 48 hours ago. And we're going to go over some of this, as a matter of fact. In fact, we have one of the first articles that we're going to get into is about that. It says Ethereum bears have won the toss and chose to wreck the market. Ethereum's value made a pit stop at 1182 for a couple of hours, after which it only halted at 1117 as visible in the chart below. Price of ETH once again stands at a critical juncture as it tried to maintain the support at 1117 to be accurate. The bearishness in the market has remained. Really haven't seen any positive signs coming out of anywhere. And one of the biggest positives that we were looking for now, and we really, everybody knew it was happening, and it was going to be a miracle to say that it wasn't going to happen. But this means the holders and traders alike were trading ETH more than they were 1 month ago when the digital assets value was above 1,800. Now, look at this thing right here. It says Ethereum signals weaknesses. It says data provided by Glassnode indicated increased activity in the amount of Ethereum supply last active between 6 to 12 months. Glassnode alerts noted that the above-mentioned metric reached a 1 month high of 14 million Ethereum. So we're seeing massive amounts of Ethereum being traded, but we're not seeing it result in price action. The holders and traders alike were trading, but mostly selling. The sign of more sell-offs is visible as the Ethereum balance on exchange was on the rise and hit a 3 month high of 21,581,000. That is now sitting on the exchanges. Often most long-term hodlers keep their digital assets safe in an external wallet. However, given the price volatility, some amount of Ethereum may have been transferred onto the exchanges in case another sell-off is triggered. Dog, read the room. However, it wasn't an all bad scene for the traders, especially the investors waiting on the sidelines to buy more ETH. As the value of ETH remained low, the number of non-zero addresses climbed. Meanwhile, the number of addresses holding at least 0.1 plus coins reached a 3 month high of 6,929,000. So we're seeing, and we're continuing to see, more and more levels of mass adoption. We're continuing to see that. Did you like that, man? Like, dude, I have no idea. I have no idea what these guys were on. Like, I have no idea. Look, I'll show you guys in a few minutes, actually. But then here we go. Short-term future. At the current price level for Ethereum, the selling pressure is high. If the bears decide to attack this level again and destabilize the price, Ethereum could head to the buy zone between 1,065 and 1,041. The above chart highlights a lack of support between 1117 and 1065. If ETH stoops to the buying zone, we may see more activity from the traders as ETH closes another quarter. This trend could play out over the weekend, and the traders must be aware of these levels. So it's not looking great. We're not getting any sort of liftoff. It's a very weak market. Remember, part of what's going on right now is everybody is back, got their backs against the wall. They're assessing their risk, and any sort of risk that's laying out there in the market right now, these people are very, 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 very nervous about and do not want to get called on. So, that's basically all you can do is just sit back now and hope for the best. But U.S. government, in good news, is going to delay data tracking that will push crypto tax collection further. The U.S. government is slowing down on its decision to collect billions in crypto taxes as the authorities delay data collection. The Biden government is slowing down on its decision to collect detailed information about clients' trading details from crypto brokers and exchanges. So, that's a pretty good move. They realize, obviously, there's a problem here, and they're wanting to stave off any kind of additional. Look, the markets can't tolerate this kind of shit, and it's not going to be. This is not. There's no easy fix, but it is nice to see that the Biden administration is recognizing a small place where Americans consider themselves to be in something of a quote unquote safe haven right now. And they have looked at it and they've said, you know what, we're going to leave that safe haven alone for right now. And we'll talk about that thing in a little while. In November of last year, Congress passed a law that required crypto firms to keep a directory of detailed transaction of clients in 2023. The reports were also supposed to be sent to the IRS the next year. So 2023, it's going to be a good year, it looks like. So, at least I think it's going to be. So, we'll see how this happens, but here we are. Blockchain also has concerning vulnerabilities, says a Pentagon recent study finds some disturbing vulnerabilities in blockchain technology that question its decentralized nature. The study by the Pentagon states that blockchain technology has concerning drawbacks even with the rising adoption of cryptocurrency. The report, titled "Please Use Our Dollar Bills, Assholes," which was published on June 21, states that a certain cult of participants can garner excessive centralized control over the entire system. You mean like Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan and Bank of America? You mean like that? Do you think that's what he means? The investigation was conducted by the security research company Trail of Bits under the supervision of the Pentagon Defense Advanced Research Project, DARPA. Are you shitting me? The DARPA initiative? Are you really kidding? Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency. Are you kidding me? Has anybody seen Lost? We're really dealing with DARPA and focused on Bitcoin and Ethereum. Oh my God, I cannot believe. Sometimes you just... Moving on. All right, so here's the big news, and this was not what we were hoping for, but it is what we were expecting. The SEC has rejected Grayscale's spot Bitcoin ETF application, with Gary Gensler saying, where's his statement here? Grayscale Investments' application to convert its $13.5 billion Grayscale Bitcoin Trust into a spot-based Bitcoin ETF was denied by the SEC on Wednesday, despite the extensive efforts to win approval. The SEC stated in its filing that the application failed to answer the SEC's question about preventing market manipulation, as well as other concerns. For some reason, though, Goldman Gary didn't say, what are you prepared to do if, let's say, I don't know, to something called Old Man Sack or Gay T. Morgan Base decides that they're going to manipulate the market? How are you going to stop that from happening? The decision joins the SEC's rejection on Wednesday of Bitwise's application for approval of a spot Bitcoin ETF. Like Bitwise, Grayscale initially filed this application last October. Proponents of a spot Bitcoin ETF approval have argued that the product could offer a low-cost and easily accessible way for individuals and institutions to invest in Bitcoin. That's not a reason, by the way. That's not a reason. I know that I want this thing to happen. I want this thing to be part of it. I want it to get approved because it's good for the market. That's not a reason. And optimism about an approval began to grow following the approval of several Bitcoin's future-based ETFs last fall, and then that of 2 more future ETF approvals earlier this year, based on the SEC Act of 1934, the same act that spot Bitcoin ETFs have been filed under. For its part, Grayscale has argued forcefully that it is inconsistent to approve an ETF based on Bitcoin futures, but not allow one based on the underlying investment. So here's what you can do. You can bet on it to go to shit, or you can bet on it to win, but you can't actually invest in it. That's Goldman Gary for you. The denial comes as a blow not only to Grayscale, but for the broader crypto industry after a long campaign in hopes of proving to the SEC this product contains sufficient investor protections. Few analysts and observers were anticipating an approval, however, noting that the SEC chair, Goldman Gary Gensler, has been consistent in wanting to see more oversight of crypto exchanges before approving a spot Bitcoin ETF. So, what Goldman Gary wants is he wants somebody from Goldman Sachs or somebody from JP Morgan Chase, somebody who knows better than you. I'm looking at you. Somebody that knows better than you. He wants somebody smarter than you that knows all about fiat currency to be the gatekeeper, to let you know what you can and cannot do, you bad person who's trading Bitcoin on the sly. That's what's happening right now. So then over here, let's talk Terra Luna for a second, because god damn. If we go over here and we look at my station account, guys, remember we did this a couple days ago. It was 568. Right now it's 1,546. So we're up 3x basically on our Luna from the last couple of days, and it just seems to continue to move. And and we're a lot of people are joking. A lot of people are joking because it's ha funny to make videos and stuff like that to try to move a needle or two. But there are a lot of people right now that are talking about Luna going 100x in the next 2 weeks. Not going to happen, by the way, for anybody who's out there thinking that that's going to happen. Not going to happen. That's not even in the realm of what is or could happen here. So don't consider that to be a god damn, you really have to stretch these things out to start looking at what the price action is. Like, man, oh man, oh man. Boy, I messed this one up. Whew. Anyway, the point is that you can't. There's not going to be a. There's not going to be 100x. At least I don't think so. There's not going to be 100x. But let's see. USTC is up to 7.5 cents. Remember, just 7 days ago, it was 0.009. So there's a massive run happening right now with a high of 9. So it's up 1,000% from that low right there. And if you look at the weekly number, it's up like 900%, 81% today. Most of the transactions are coming from a place we know as Binance, KuCoin, and FTX, of all places. So 3 of the biggest exchanges seem to be having a coordinated effort, and I don't want to say that it is, but seem to be having a coordinated effort in order to help the people out here that lost their money get their money back. They're I don't know what they're doing, how they're doing it, what the proposal, what the plan. I have no idea what's going on. Here's what I know. The rest of the market is in chaos, and the rest of the market is struggling, especially Ethereum all of a sudden, especially Ethereum. But the market's struggling, and all of a sudden, Terra Luna is just kind of going crazy. And you know what? Could be. I mean, first of all, it's not going to do what we're joking about, and that underlying sentiment that I'm giving you right now. That idea that maybe it's going to just go out of its mind. But it's up 3x from where it was just 3 days ago, and it's continuing to pump. The money's coming from Binance, the money's coming from KuCoin, the money's coming from FTX. In 24 more hours from now, they're going to implement the burns as was part of the proposal over here on the station right here. This wanted to be implemented. It was going to be a 1.2% buy and sell tax. So it's 1.2% coming in, 1.2% going out. So it's going to be a significant berm when you look at the trading volume. 1 week trading volume, $1 billion. So, like, that's kind of crazy. So, I mean, when you're trading $1 billion, that means $12 million. How many tokens can you buy for $12 million? Well, 12. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Oops. That is 76 billion tokens. So in a week, 76 billion tokens. In 10 weeks, 768 billion tokens if the volume continues. So it's a long-term thing, which is why I'm saying that it's not going to run to 100x just like that. There's got to be significant amounts of burn. There's got to be significant stuff happening. But there's also, by the way, this was just the first of the burns. This one over here increased. This was 3568 or 4080. 4080. This 4080 wants to do an additional 35% of the pool, the community pool, the community pool. It wants to burn 35% of that, give 10% to the ecosystem devs and 5% to the core Terra Classic development team. So there is a significant amount of interest right now in getting the circulating supply of this product way down. So additionally, small art right here. This, the rise of a new era of Luna Classic burning and beginning in less than 48 hours. Are you ready to amplify the burn? Now, when you go in here and you look at this, there is one of the validators, and this is a legit validator, SaveTheMoon.io. We have decided, based on community feedback and consideration, that we will be proceeding to burn Luna Classic on the Terra chain. They're going to do the Moon protocol will run on ETH, and we will consolidate 2% burns on Luna Classic in a wallet on a weekly basis, bridge them to Terra, and burn. All bridging to the Terra, and burns will be done on chain and publicly verifiable. The burn amount will be started on our website. Let's initiate the biggest Luna Classic burning mechanism. So somebody smarter than me is going to have to go figure out what in the hell SaveTheMoon.io is. Community-led effort to save Luna. I don't know what this is yet. So we're not Luna. We're believers in it as an ecosystem. Its future is something that has merit, considering the capabilities to build up through this ecosystem that's garnered over last year. We want to save the moon. I'm going to have to read up on this because it's my understanding that they are now validators. And thus will be able to do these burns. So we'll see what they end up doing. Over here, by the way, you can see this one right here. Whatever this is, somebody just sent it in. 16 million tokens were just burned. So it looks like they're doing a lot of different little things here and there to make a burn happen. So I think the best thing that we can say right now is, maybe if we can get a little good luck on our side, then maybe tonight we can get a pump. Tomorrow, maybe we can get another little pump. We can head into the weekend on a good note. We can start seeing some burning of the Luna Classic, significant burns. And, one of the things that did not break this market, but one of the things that set this market on fire was the destabilization of the UST. And we are seeing efforts right now to fix that. And that being said, it's probably, and it's going to be an interesting couple of weeks, I think, even while we wait. We've got another 14 days from today before we get the CPI. When we get the CPI report, then we're going to know the disaster, the real disaster. That's when we're really going to see a lot of dump. May not see as much dump as expected, by the way. That 13,000 Bitcoin might not be on the table. It might be, but we don't know yet. And then the same thing with Ethereum. Those lower lows might not be as available as we once thought, because most of the on-chain analytics are coming back saying that a lot of this burn has already been put in, that we're looking at numbers. By the way, we're now under $900 billion in this market. I guess you have to go to Coin Market Cap to see that. $893 billion. And that being said, it's it's definitely not a great number, but it's still a significant number and is indicative of some of the things that I keep pointing out to you. Like, more people have a Bitcoin now than have ever had it before. They continue to accumulate more. More people are holding on to Ethereum than were holding on to it before. What I'm talking about right now is mass adoption by the people. I'm not talking about institutional money. What we're looking for, what we're trying to get so that we can do something, so that the market does something, is institutional money. That's what we need. We need people like these big time investors. By the way, Michael Saylor has accumulated 486 more Bitcoin in the last 2 months. Mark Cuban is continuing to say that he's continuing to hodl and accumulate Bitcoin. So we have a lot of big whales who are continuing to accumulate. The biggest whale accumulated 2,553 new Bitcoin in the last month. So there's a lot of people with a lot of faith in a lot of cryptocurrency. But we're not seeing that institutional money, and we got to get to a point where that institutional money starts to come back in. That's the only way that this thing starts to move back to the upside. That's the only time that we're going to start seeing a real play on this market. Look at this 3-minute number here. I'm kind of curious to see how these are playing out on these minute charts. So it looks like we got South Korea. South Korea went on a nice run, actually. Yeah, so South Korea went on a nice little run. And then it looks like they started a little bit of a sell-off as soon as that pump happened. And then the Chinese market came in. And the Chinese market has just been dog shit since then. Yeah, it just does not. It just does not look good. Like, let's get in here to the chat here. Moon Trucker, what's going on? Crypto B, what is happening? Forsaken One, what's going on? Eddie T, DeFi in the house, what's going on, man? Tom Scorzoni, Bobby Basehead, what's happening? BTFA is well represented in here. Yashar the Lion, I just want Bitcoin to fall already to 15K and get it over with so we can all load our bags and get rich 2023. You know what? That's a great sentiment. But if we do that, then guess what? We're all going to be sitting there pissed off because it's not moving for a long period of time. So we'll just kind of play that market for a little while and see what happens. Pelosi, what's going on? Mark Kelly, how's it going? Crypto Connor in the house. That's Volt Army. John Lawson, Volt Army. Ellis, what's going on, my man? Light Night, by the way, is... God damn, is everybody live? Did everybody decide to go live tonight or something? Yep, awesome. Austin is live. Crypto Talk is live. The Daily Wire is live in case you want to know why Jesus is awesome and also that they don't believe in it, but somehow it's awesome. Man, Daily Wire. Whew. I do like Ben Shapiro, though. I don't dislike the guy. So, but yeah, it seems like we're gonna, you know what? Maybe we'll get a little pump here for a little while. We're looking at 3-minute candles, by the way. So the 3-minute candles make everything look a little bit better when they start to pump. So, you know, maybe that's what's going to happen. Can Terra Luna Classic repeg USTC? Oh, yeah, we're getting all kinds of videos. We're getting all kinds of people going live right now. And we're getting Terra Luna to 1 penny parties everywhere. Man, there are a lot of people out here trying to do some shit. All right. That's crazy. All right. You know what? Maybe we're all saving crypto. Maybe one by one, we're all just kind of out here trying to save crypto just a little bit. And I talked, by the way, to King's Broadcast today. He seemed to be doing pretty good. I don't know what the plans are on the Phantom project. I didn't really get a chance to get into a discussion on because, you know, I don't think it's that important because it's going to be months and months before that project is really ready. So I don't know if there's anything to say or do. But I also talked to Crypto Family. We were going to do a BTFA night again, but we're going to do it next week instead. But with this level of crushing sort of coming out of the market, then you know that we're going to have this right here. We're going to have a little bit of downward pressure. Looking at, this is 1 hour, like, wow. Looking at the 1 hours here, you can see here on, you know, for Volt, I'm not having a problem with this. This is, it's holding up better than the market's holding up. CVC is down 10%, Bandex 7.3%. Terra starting to, I think Terra was going to hold a whole lot better. And I think that this market has just been so pushy from a bearish sentiment that everything that they've done, everything positive that anybody has done so far has just worked against them for the last little while. Again, we got Volt trading at 69, BTFA at 5,085. Hex is down again, 36.83. WAGMI Games, 3107. By the way, WAGMI Games, like, let's talk about how bad the market has to be. How bad does the market have to be for this WAGMI Games is being shared? State of the Galaxy has dropped. That's the State of the Galaxy. But here, WAGMI Games that we play, WAGMI Tower Defense, is featured on GameStop NFT. GameStop has an NFT market now, and they are featuring WAGMI defense, and it's needle's just not moving yet. Like, think about how bearish the market has to be right now for that kind of shit to happen. Oh, by the way, as you can see here, I don't follow anybody anymore. If you follow me, I follow you. If you don't follow me, I don't follow you. And until I get everybody wiped out that doesn't follow me, oh, and by the way, if you want to do it, it's called, wait. There's one called I Unfollow. Anybody ever wants to do this, you have 50 a day that you can do, and you go over here and you go to people who are non-follow. Oh, look, Faltron. Fuck that guy. And then you could just basically go down this list here, and anybody who you've ever followed before, you just bam, 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 bam. I tell a lot of comedians at this point. Jon Stewart. I saw a couple more comedians in that little run, and I don't know what any of these people are or what they do or what they have to do with anything. So we're just gonna unfollow 50 people. We have POTUS. So god damn it, I'm following President Biden. Look at that. Aha. Put that in your pipe and smoke it with Hunter. All right, so that's done. Now we're gonna go over here and we're gonna do Twitter help, Twitter helper unfollow, and then there's one thing here. It's called nil knit dit, and it tells you there's another one called app unfollower. And go find app unfollower right here, and then start with Twitter, and then it'll ask you to authorize the app. You can authorize the app. I think I did this. I think I can do this. So we hit 274 non-followers. That's how many I have left that are not following me. So adios, 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 adios. By the way, a lot of these people, we're gonna whitelist the descendants, guys. We'll put up and Sean Glass, he's my buddy, he's a musician. John Cash, we're gonna keep following Bad Religion. Laura McHale, I don't think we're gonna follow. Yeah, I don't give a shit about her. Vikings War Clans, I don't play that anymore. Jim Cornette, he's funny, but he never posts. Gray Fang is hilarious. I could always use, fuck him too. Let's just get rid of it. Best wrestler on the planet, Frankie Kazarian. We're gonna keep him. Everybody else, gotta go. Adios, 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 adios. Bad Wolves, these are my boys. Old singer there, friend of mine. Kind of went off the deep end. We're not really talking to him anymore, but he did go a little bit cuckoo. And there we go. So now I can go back over here to Twitter. Now that is done, and boom, profile. Now I'm only following 1,462 people. And then I can go in here to followers. And then if I've got people in here that are following me, I'm not doing this right here very much right now. So at some point, if you're following me and I'm not following you, I'm going to be following you at some point pretty soon, so that we're more engaged and I'm getting more of your tweets and you're getting more of mine, or however this shit works. But I want to follow everybody who's following me. So, I'll fix this thing over the next bunch of days. I'm almost done. As soon as I'm finished, then you guys will know. But anyway, so main topic. The main topic, because I just can't help myself and I'm so hilarious, is I did this video on the cult. There we go. The truth about cult Tao, and I had somebody pissing on Aristotle's face. I just assumed that it's Aristotle because it looks like Aristotle on all the things. So hold on for me 1 second, guys. All right, so I got in with it, the truth about cult out, and then that pissed them off. And there's a couple people who are like, and they just, and some of them actually engaged me. So we had conversations back and forth. Like this guy right here. Oh my God, 15-minute video, and you didn't even bother to read the manifesto. It's a manifesto. Duh. Why would I read the manifesto? It's a manifesto. You didn't understand the tokenomics. I don't care about the tokenomics. I care if it does anything, and it didn't do anything. That was what I was pointing out. So we went through the process, and then they gave me a link, and it's not ready yet, by the way. And look, this guy said, didn't you do Shib Toro and Strange Inu and Shinja? Well, I don't do Shinja, and I don't do Shib Toro. So the guy doesn't even know who the fuck I am to begin with. So Ooh, I should have done that in metal. Don't you know? Then I got into a spot where there was some people in here. There were some people in here that had some good opinions that I didn't disagree with, and they sent me information about the Dow. Here we go. Some reading for you. Utility. Here's the utility. Listen, the utility is not utility. Math. Okay, I understand how math works. They're trying to convince me of Burns and stuff like that. Manifesto is basically the white paper. There's article here from Bloomberg. So you paid for an article, right? It's not really rules of engagement. Cool with that. Like, listen, they don't have horrible ideas here. My point was just that it doesn't do anything. I'm not here to knock on your research skills, but your video is wholly inaccurate. In the simplest of term, Cult is a funding mechanism to support DeFi projects and charities funded through its own treasury. All right. So that's what it is, right? So then I look up what's the first thing that it funded. Well, and then I found the first thing that it funded. That first thing that it funded was Falcon 9. So let's go look at Falcon 9 and let's see what Falcon 9 did. And here's Falcon 9, and it should be mooning, right? Nope. As a matter of fact, I got to do this on the day chart so you can see how dead it is. But it is about the deadest project you've ever seen. I mean, it's literally back at the beginning, right? There we go. Now, when did this happen, right? When did the pump happen? Right here, when they funded it. So what happened right after they funded it? On that same day, it all dumped it did. So it looks like this was just a pump and dump on this token. Now, what is it about this token? View the contract. Oh, look, 999,999 or 999,999,999. Well, that's interesting. Where did I see something like that before? Wait a minute. Let me go to Cult, because Cult might have something along those same lines. So then I go in to look at Cult, and then they get mad because I'm not looking at the one they want me to look at, because the other one that they have is mooning. And I go, look at this, and it has 666666666. It's the same guys. It's the same dudes. The dudes just funded one of their own projects to pay exit liquidity to get out of it and make some money. Like, that's a setup. Then they started showing me a list of all the different projects that they funded or the different proposals that they've done, but they weren't for the funding. Like, a lot of this is not for funding. It's for them to continue marketing. So I'm going to dig in on it, and I'm going to have a field day with it. But yeah, so the show was crazy. But anyway, guys, I got to go take care of something. I got to go. My ride is here. So I will be back tomorrow for Breakfast with Bleaves at 8 a.m. Remember, guys, it's not financial advice. My name's Bleaves, and I am always right. And that shit does not look right to me. But you can go look at it yourself and decide what you think. Anyway, guys, we'll talk to you tomorrow.